everyone, welcome back to the Naughty Corner. I am your host, Courtney, and this is Court is in Session. I am here with my co-host, Nate. He is the fairy godfather of my children and an all-around menace. As such, he is perfectly suited for judging some assholes on the internet. So, Nate, what got you sent to the Naughty Corner?
I honestly don't even know why I'm here. I think I just wound up here. Took too much acid one day and I just developed into this.
Alright, we are going to be starting off with a shit cunts and sick cunts. If you don't remember, you haven't been here before, you're not Australian. A shit cunt is bad, a sick cunt is good. Alrighty. Am I the asshole for calling my friend's husband a useless piece of shit?
No.
My best friend and her husband have 4 kids, 8 female, 6 female, 4 female, and 3 female. My friend's husband is a great dad when someone is there to help. When he's alone with all 4 kids, he gets overwhelmed and freezes. Don't we fucking all, mate? A few weeks ago, my friend was sick, so I brought over dinner. We thought it was just a bad cold. When we were eating, my friend went to the bathroom and the 3-year-old followed her. 3-year-old came running out saying her mum was throwing up. All of the kids ran to the bathroom, followed by me and my friend's husband. I helped her clean up while her husband went to get her nausea medication and a thermometer. When he came back, I asked him to get the kids out of the bathroom so she could have some space. After we got the kids out, I took her temp and it came back at almost 104. So I went out to get her some Tylenol and water. I get back and the kids are all in the bathroom again because their dad can't keep them away from the bathroom for 2 minutes. I give her the Tylenol and water and she almost immediately starts to vomit again, then passes out. Her husband just stood there while I was trying to get her into the recovery position, get her kids away from her, and call 911. I managed to get all of them out of the bathroom, and her husband is coming back every 20 seconds asking if I can call their nanny to help with the kids. If I can go to the hospital with her, did I start the dishwasher, or does he need to hand wash the youngest's sippy cup, etc.? I'm fucking exhausted by this man already.
Yeah, just I'm voting
Yeah.
now. He's a shit cunt.
When my friend regained consciousness, he even started asking her how to do bedtime for the little ones. Did she wash their pajamas yet? Did they get screen time that day, or can he put on a movie? I told him his wife couldn't hold his hand right now and he just had to figure it out. He told me he's not usually the one that deals with this and he's trying his best. Then goes back to asking what stories the kids like. What setting does he put the sound machine on and how do they like their milk? I just snapped and told him to figure it out on his own and called him a useless piece of shit. It's been nearly a month and he still acts all pissy when I stop by the house. My friend says he'll get over it, but my boyfriend thinks I was unnecessarily rude and he was trying his best. Am I the asshole for calling him a useless piece of shit when he couldn't handle his own kids while his wife was experiencing a medical emergency? So this woman has 5 children.
Yep,
That's a
absolutely.
fucking way to find out you're a pedophile.
Yeah, no wonder they have a nanny. Also, I'm assuming
The
in
nanny is the
America,
real wife.
nanny doesn't mean what it means here, which is just grandmother, and that nanny is like a servant to him because clearly he's treating his wife as one.
No, if anything, that the nanny is another mother.
Ah, that would make sense as well.
Yeah, that's the plot twist. They're actually the
Poor Fran Drescher.
they're they're the couple,
And
and
Bill.
he's just another child of the 5.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's absolutely an arsehole. Who in today's world doesn't know that to see if a dishwasher has been run through or not, you just open the fucker. Like, just open it. Check. Oh, no, it's dirty. Run it through.
So, some comments. Not the asshole. Wife unconscious. He's asking about bedtime stories and sippy cups. Sometimes half truth is needed. Not the asshole. He froze in an actual emergency. Bedtime routines can wait when someone's passing out. He didn't freeze. Pretty sure he's never had to be a parent before. I'm 100% certain he'd call himself a great dad without ever having looked after the children, without relying on his partner to do most of the mental, emotional, and physical work. He's a fun time dad. Pretty sure he calls it babysitting when he has to watch his own kids.
Yeah, most likely while he's sipping whiskey out of his best out of the year mug. Yeah, you're not the arsehole, he is.
Fucking hell.
Absolutely. That shit's just rough.
OP comments. From what I understand, their nanny talked to all of the kids and told them if something like that ever happens again and a grown up isn't helping or doesn't know how to help, call 911, and they practiced on a toy phone. She married him when she was 20 because she was fighting with her dad and wanted to piss him off. Got pregnant right away because she wanted a family. kept the husband because she wants her kids to have a dad. I don't agree with her choices, but I understand why she's making these decisions. She's already asked me to take the kids if anything happens to her. She had her dad help her prepare for that years ago. They both work similar hours. She's a director at a childcare facility and he works for her dad's company.
Yeah.
His entire fucking existence is propped up by the labor of others. That's fucking mate, mate,
Insane.
mate, mate.
I don't know whether she should call her father daddy or he should at this point.
Oh, seriously? Just like, yeah, mate, let me just go check the fucking dishwasher real quick and just fucking frying pan. Just whoosh. All right, now that that fuckwit's dealt with, let's actually continue on now, mate.
You should go test if a toaster can float.
Alrighty. We have a deleted post.
Oh,
But thankfully, I copy. Am I the asshole for forcing people out of the campsite we booked? Now, you just recently came back from camping.
very possibly.
Yeah. I was literally just about to ask you whether or not you would push someone out of a campsite if you booked it and someone was there when you got there. But from the look on your face, have you taken someone's campsite?
I absolutely have. More than once. They claim they had it booked from the Thursday through the Monday and showed up on a Sunday. So I'm sorry, but I'm claiming squatters' rights at that point. I've been here over 48 hours.
This is why you're in the naughty corner.
Yeah, we had multiple people turn up that weren't meant to be coming, so our campsites just overflowed and no one is there to claim it.
Okay. My husband and I planned a camping night last Saturday at a campsite about an hour from our house. We arrived at the campsite only to find that in the site we reserved, there was already a tent and camping supplies all set up in the site. We thought we might be at the wrong site, so we drove around the campground and returned, realizing they were definitely in the site we booked. We got out of the car to check out the situation, and a woman immediately came up to us and right off the bat was hostile before we even said two words. Once we explained and showed that we had the site booked, she started swearing up and down that she booked the site for the whole week and waving papers in our faces. She said, I booked 4 nights for my birthday and then we decided we wanted to stay, so I added on 3 more nights. We don't have to leave until Monday. My husband asked to take a closer look at her papers and he realized that she made the mistake of not including that one night we had booked. She stayed the night of, no, the 30th of September. Fucking Americans and their dates. The 30th of September to the 4th of October, and then added on the 5th of October to the 8th of October. So the mistake of not including that one night we had booked. She just missed the 4th of October to the 5th of October, which is what we had booked. We acknowledged that it's a mistake anyone could have made and offered to drive 20 minutes back to the check-in site to see what other campsites were available for them to move to. We explained the situation to the staff, got a list of available sites and returned, and in almost an hour they had packed up nothing. They suggested that since they were already set up and we weren't, that it would be easier if we moved to one of the open sites instead of them because we'd have to wait an hour for them to pack up. We replied that we understand the frustration and hassle and were happy to help with moving the supplies, but we hoped they could understand that we only booked for one night, whereas they'd already been there for 4, and we really would like to have the site we booked for the one night we booked it. Truly, it would not have been a big deal, except the site we booked was the most private one on the whole campground, as well as closer to the bathrooms and water compared to the available sites, which was the reason we chose that site. Finally, they agreed to pack up, not before making a host of remarks that we were being selfish and ruining their weekend. They ended up not even moving to another site and just going home. I feel pretty badly that they ended up leaving, which has me wondering, are we the assholes?
At that point, I'm going to say very much likely a soft yes. So if you're only going to be there for one night and these guys are already set up and have been for days, just take one of the other campsites that are available. Like, I get it, you've booked this one because it's more private and it's closer to the toilets, blah, blah, blah. Just walk.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much.
Yeah, see, I feel like I need more information for that because
Yeah, I
that's
definitely
valid, but
need more
also autistic
information.
me is like, no, rules, organization, this was booked, it is yours, that is your campsite. But like, what are the reasons for that privacy being needed?
Yeah, like,
What is the need for
are they
being that
getting
close
away
to the
from
bathrooms?
honeymoon
Like,
type thing?
are there
Or,
kids involved?
yeah, do
Like,
these other people have children?
yeah, like I feel like it would definitely be.
No one's the arsehole here, but you are all dicks.
I don't know. I feel like they went above and beyond just by going back to the check-in site to check what other available spots that these other people could even use. They didn't need to do that. And keep in mind, this bitch fired them up the second they got out of their fucking car, if what they've written is exactly how it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, you can never really trust users.
Yeah, like, you can tell this isn't Australia because people would get out of the car and be like, "We booked this site," and then we'd just be like, "Yeah, nah. Oh, yeah,
"Oh,
nah.
shit, sorry, mate.
So you gonna
Uh,
move? Nah,
you're only
fuck
here for a
not."
night? You can share it if you want."
Pull up a chair, mate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Roll out your swag next to the fire. You'll be right.
key comments. Not the asshole, but I feel like maybe you should have just had the staff come by and deal with it to save yourself the hostility. When booking campsites, it's very clear when a spot is taken. They booked it hoping either you wouldn't come or you would just take another site since they were already set up. They booked it hoping either you wouldn't come or you would just take another site since they were already set up. This 100,000%. I can't believe all the comments here saying it was a mistake. Total bullshit. So obviously there are comments saying like, "Oh, they just made a mistake. It was an accident on their part." Like, nah, you don't get that fucking hostile over a mistake. If
No.
someone pulled up and then got out of the car at your campsite, like, if it was a mistake, you'd be confused, not angry.
Unless they knew about the mistake beforehand and were absolutely hoping that no one turns up.
A bunch of comments saying OP's the asshole, since it was so much easier to just let the other people have the spot. Whenever I go camping, I look at the photos of every single available spot and carefully narrow it down. I'd want the spot I picked. Proximity to a bathroom can make or break a site sometimes. Some campsite loops are large to walk around. See, now, if ever I've gone camping, it's never actually been a physical campsite that we've stayed at. It's either literally just been, we've gone bush, or when we are at a campsite, we usually end up like getting one of the cabins or a bungalow or some shit
Yeah.
where we have access to those amenities. So I can't relate, but are these campsite loops sometimes large to
Likewise,
walk
because
around?
being a guy, if I need a bathroom, I'll just go hang a slash in the woods or dig a hole.
Yes.
Quite often it'll smell better than the drop loos anyway.
That is a fair point. All right. That is the end of sick cunts and shit cunts. Now we are going to be moving on to pick your poison. So,
Oh.
Nate, you've never played pick your poison before. Well,
I absolutely have, but not
you
with
probably
you.
do, right? It's just not in this context. Um, so I'm going to give you two innocuous or horrendous headlines, and you get to choose which one we follow through on.
Hooray.
So the first comes from the subreddit r/Christianity,
Oh,
and it says,
I have opinions
"That's
already.
only in America." Our second option comes from r/traumatize them back, and it says, "Lady kept insisting I was faking my service dog, so I showed her why I need him."
Number 2, please. I am absolutely a fan of traumatizing them back equally, if not more. Almost as much of a fan I am of malicious compliance.
Oh, I discovered nuclear revenge.
Oh yeah, nuclear revenge is fun. Can't win, just burn it all down.
Do you mean like the subreddit or?
The subreddit and I have also committed.
Okay.
For legal reasons, I absolutely have not burnt a house down.
Lady kept insisting I was faking my service dog, so I showed her why I need him. This happened about a week ago at the grocery store, and I'm still kind of shaken up about it. I have a service dog named Remy. He's a German Shepherd, fully trained, wears his vest, the whole deal. I have PTSD and a seizure disorder from a car accident 5 years ago. Remy alerts me before I have seizures so I can get somewhere safe. He's literally saved my life multiple times because he's a fucking good boy.
He's a good boy.
I'm at the store doing normal shopping, and this older woman keeps staring at me. Not at Remy, at me. I'm used to people looking at the dog, but this felt different. Finally, she comes up to me in the cereal aisle. That matters, apparently. Her. That's a fake service dog. Me. Excuse me. Her. You're too young to need a service dog. You look perfectly healthy. People like you are the reason real disabled people get questioned. I'm trying to stay calm. He's a real service dog. I have his documentation if you need to see it. Her. I don't need to see anything. I can tell you're faking. You're walking fine. You're shopping by yourself. What could you possibly need a dog for? Gee, it's almost like service dogs are specifically there to help maintain your independence. Weird. Now I'm getting annoyed, but I just want to finish shopping and leave. I have a medical condition. That's all I'm required to tell you. She starts getting louder. This is ridiculous. You millennials think you can just bring your pets everywhere. That dog should be at home. People are starting to stare. I feel my anxiety spiking, which is exactly what I don't need. Remy starts getting alert, doing his thing where he nudges my hand and positions himself near my legs. The woman sees this and goes, "Oh, please, you probably trained him to do that for attention." Yeah, it's a fucking trained service dog. He
Yeah.
is trained to do that. And that's when I felt it coming. The aura. Yeah, I know what the feeling is.
Yeah.
The aura. Uh, the aura, the weird feeling I get right before a seizure. Remy is going into full alert mode now, whining and trying to get me to sit down. I manage to say I'm about to have a seizure before everything goes sideways. I don't remember much of the actual seizure, but apparently I went down right there in the cereal aisle. Again,
Mhm.
important.
And yeah.
Remy did his job, stayed with me, kept people back, the whole protocol. When I came to a few minutes later, there's store employees around me. Someone called 911 and the woman is still standing there, but she looks absolutely horrified. As if I'd done that, I'd do a fucking runner straight up.
Yep.
Like,
Just Irish to buy that shit.
That's like I could crop dust an aisle and I'm running away from there.
Oh, yeah.
Paramedics showed up, checked me over. I refused transport because this happens sometimes and I know the drill. While they're checking my vitals, the woman tries to approach me. Her. "I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Me. You didn't know because it's none of your business. That's why you don't harass strangers about their service dogs." She started crying and left. One of the store employees told me she was apparently telling everyone nearby that she felt terrible and didn't realize. I felt bad she was upset, but I'm also tired of this. This happens more than you'd think. People see someone young without visible disabilities and assume we're faking. I gave her multiple chances to just leave me alone. My friend says I was too harsh, but honestly, maybe she needed to see exactly why someone might need a service dog. Maybe next time she'll mind her own business. Still feel weird about the whole thing, though. My good bitch, you weren't harsh enough.
Yeah, precisely. First off, what disability does this old wench have to come up and start demanding that someone else isn't disabled? Like, is she a carer or worker in the field of disabilities? Does she have someone in her life that is disabled? Not all disabilities are visible. So
Pretty much
off is
all.
the direction in which you can fuck.
There is one service dog explicitly designed for what is a partially visible disability, and those are guide dogs.
Correct.
Literally all other disabilities that trained service animals are used for PTSD, seizures, diabetes, etc., are all invisible disabilities.
And it's only partially visible, not just because they're blind, but as an autistic who is light sensitive, I'll often wear sunglasses inside, not just because it makes me look cool.
And more to the point, who sees a fucking dog in public and doesn't automatically have a delightful day?
Exactly,
Like,
especially a German Shepherd. Like, come on, big old. But
talk about fucking around and finding out.
if they're vested up, it's clearly a sign they are there for a reason. Leave them alone. Just make your judgments about them in silence like the rest of it. It was just mad you couldn't pet him.
I mean, that's fair. I would be too, but they're.
What time does this good boy get off work? I've got some belly rubs with his name on it.
Our next segment is called Cyber Bin Chicken. Now, what this means is I am digging through the trash of other content creators. So we're basically going to be giving an Aussie take on some stories that you likely would have seen on or heard in other podcasts and other YouTube videos from other creators because I did not have the same take as they did when they were discussing. So a bin chicken, for those who don't know, is an ibis bird, IBIS. If you look them up, you'll see that they're just kind of like, they've got a really small, like white body, but like long noodly necks and big black beaks.
They're a
And
trash flamingo.
they're commonly found digging through garbage bins here in Australia, hence bin chicken, which why I've stolen it because I'm basically going through the cyber garbage of other creators. So our first one is coming to us from Charlotte Dobray's YouTube subreddit. Should I reconnect with my friend who asked to sleep with my now husband? Have any thoughts on that before we get started?
Many. Yes. Yes, you should.
A strong reconnection.
Yes. You should reconnect your fist with her throat or a different orifice, depending on how it goes.
Not that we're recommending violence.
I am recommending polyamory, however.
Some context. My husband, let's call him Brett, and I have been together since 2015 when I was in the ninth grade and he was in 10th grade. I am now 28 and he is now 29. My high school best friend, let's call her Rachel, and I used to be inseparable. We hung out at each other's houses every day. We took her dress shopping with us every year for school formals, and we even got matching belly button piercings when we got older. Needless to say, we were tight. Brett also had a best friend, let's call him Mark, and they were also inseparable. Just a few months after Brett and I got together, Rachel let me know she was now dating Mark. Rachel and I are in the same grade, and Mark and Brett are in the same grade as well. So, our senior year, while Rachel and I were in school, Brett had started college and Mark had joined the military. It was during our senior year that Rachel decided to marry Mark so that when she graduated, they could live on base together. Also, important to note that her family that she lived with were all heavy drug users and drunks, so her home life wasn't great. Fast forward 5 years, and Rachel and Mark travel around every few years to a new base, but always would come back once a year to visit. Over the years, we would still talk, but we weren't as close as we were in high school. Me being a people pleaser, I would drop everything and hang out with her anytime they were in town. The only sucky part was that she would also invite all her other high school friends over at the same time. And it always felt like she was pitting us against each other for who could get more of her attention, especially with her friends. Let's call them Carrie and Jane. This is important to note later. This particular time, she came back to visit. They had a big party at Mark's dad's house and invited 20 plus people. I did not know this until I showed up. I was told it would just be me, her, and a newborn baby that she had just had not even 2 months earlier. She then told me she wanted everyone to meet her new son and apologized that she didn't tell me. Again, with me being a people pleaser, I brushed it off. As the night goes on, Rachel, Mark, and most of the other guests besides Brett and myself began smoking weed. Now, for the interesting part, is no one watching this newborn?
Lit.
Isn't it? Now for the interesting part. At one point in the night, Rachel hands off her baby to someone else and asks to talk to me in private. I was so excited, thinking she wanted one-on-one time with me, which only made the whole exchange worse. She walks with me around to the other side of the house, and we sit on some chairs on the back porch. She began asking all about my life and showing what I thought was genuine interest in me, only fueling my excitement. After about 10 minutes of back and forth, I asked her how her and Mark had been lately, and with having a newborn around, this is when she tells me they have decided to start an open marriage and that they have a man back home in Nebraska living with them that they fool around with as a throuple. Good for you, girl.
Polyamory.
Now, I was surprised, but Rachel has always been a bit wild, so the idea wasn't totally out of the realm of what I thought was possible. She went on to talk about how they swap spouses on base and have both been enjoying it. Somewhere in this conversation, I found out this wasn't a new thing. They had been doing this for 2 years. I just brushed it off and listened to her talk. I mean, who was I to judge her for trying new things? If that is what keeps them happy, then good for them. It's not like it has anything to do with me. At least that is what I thought until she casually threw in the question about what Brett was like in bed. It caught me off guard, especially because I'm pretty closed off to conversation with anyone about our sex life, because Brett gets uncomfortable with other people knowing details, which I can totally understand. So I just tell her that I wasn't really comfortable sharing that, to which she replies, well, I'm really hoping you let me find out myself before we head home next week. Girl should be seeing some hands. Like
Bold.
on site.
Wow.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I would just start cracking up laughing. I'd be like, you go give it your best shot. Good luck.
Try it. Please try it.
Please let me be there when you try it. Excuse me. I just kind of looked at her and she continued by asking my permission to confront Brett with the offer to sleep with him. She even went on to say I could borrow Mark for a few hours in exchange. In addition, she let me know it wouldn't be weird because they had couple swapped with almost every other person at the party besides us. She talked about how Carrie and Jane were so generous to switch with her and that she felt closer to them than ever. It felt like she was trying to manipulate me into saying yes, because by doing so, I would be on the same playing field as Carrie and Jane, again, with the pitting us against each other. After a few seconds, I felt like something snapped in me and I said no and just walked back to the front of the house with the rest of the party. I looked around for Brett so we could leave, but he was so deep in what looked like a meaningful conversation with Mark that I didn't want to ruin that for him. He never gets to see him, so I thought I would wait until they looked like they were done to approach. That, of course, didn't stop Rachel from walking right up to them and explaining her and Mark's open relationship and asking him to have sex with her. The nerve of her to ask even after I said no. Out of curiosity, I didn't interrupt. I wanted to see what Brett's answer would be. His face turned red and he immediately said, I am honored you would ask, but no thank you. And he turned and walked right up to me and asked if we could go, to which we did. I'm imagining like Ben being put in this situation. And he's like, I want to go home. I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home? I've been turned into a
Yeah.
sex puppet. Can I go home? Fast forward to now, 5 years later, and we have barely spoken. At this point in my life, Brett and I are married, and we did invite them to the wedding, which was awkward, and Rachel only made it worse by telling everyone how she wanted to ruin our wedding. And we are pregnant with our first child. Rachel has contacted me on Facebook saying she is happy for us and wanted to send a gift. This is the first kind interaction I have had from her in 5+ years. Here is my dilemma. We also have our 10-year class reunion next month, and she has asked Brett and I to hang out while they were in town.
Mm.
A lot of time has gone by between then and now, and I know Brett really wants to see Mark, but out of respect for my issues in the past with Rachel, he has not asked. That being said, should I man up and say yes to seeing them and rekindling our friendship, or has that ship sailed at this point? Any outside thoughts would be appreciated.
Well, the first thought I have is, have they had a DNA test for that child? The first baby.
Well, I mean, if this is
Because if they're just throwing their dick out on the poker table every night,
that's a visual.
then
That's a
and they're playing Russian roulette of jizz, they need to get a baby test done and make sure that daddy is daddy.
that's the horse sperm capsule roulette from
Yeah.
American Pie Beta.
Yeah.
It's being shot into a vag rather than someone's mouth.
Uh,
Uh, no, I mean, I feel like they don't care about that.
no.
Like, either they do know and they're comfortable, and, like, then that's not a problem, or because of how they've chosen to live their life, it's a non-issue for them, which
Yeah.
cool, but you don't attempt to manipulate other people into getting involved.
No, a no is a no. Like, I'm proud of her for at least trying to get permission first. Good for her. That is key, as consent is key always in these sorts of situations. But really, once you get the no, don't do it because you're not just costing yourself a friend, you're costing your husband a friend.
Yeah, but also okay, this whole everyone has to be friends with everyone's partner's
Is bullshit.
thing, like, that's something where myself and Charlotte Dobre frequently disagree about. Like, a friend is a close, meaningful relationship in your life. You can't just pull it out of nowhere. What I think ideally, like what she's probably getting at, Charlotte, I mean, is the idea of being friendly. Like, just because we're not each other's kind of people, then that doesn't mean we can't peacefully coexist in a space, right? So the idea that she has to be friends with this Rachel person and they do have to be doing all of these coupley things together, like Brett and Mark can go on their own fucking play date.
Yeah, just
Like,
go
what?
get beers at the pub.
Yeah, like go and do whatever the fuck y'all want. It doesn't need to
Yeah,
be a
'cause
couples thing at all.
if I'm this girl and someone's made a move on my man like that in front of me and he has slapped her down for it, we aren't friends anymore. Like, I'm not being in the same room as her after saying neither of us are comfortable with this. For you to then do it anyway? Sorry, no, girl, bye. We're done. Boys
Mm,
can still be friends.
yeah,
We're done.
yeah. Like every Tuesday night, Ben has his game night with the boys. And I'm not a gamer. If I am, I don't want people to talk to me. I'm doing it myself. Like it's a me thing, not a cooperative thing. But I will still flitter in and out, and I'll hear them, "Hey, Courtney," I'm like, "Hello, gentlemen, just here for a chicken," and then I'll open the chicken cage and I will collect a chicken and I will leave. Like I would just,
Yep.
like it just it doesn't need to be that deep. And honestly, the more intertwined all of the couples within a a large network of friendship are.
Oh,
That
they were
often
definitely
means
intertwined.
as soon as one thing goes wrong with one couple, it fucking ripples out and it
Yeah,
impacts everyone's ability to be supported in that situation. If everyone, instead of actually just providing the support to whoever needs it in whatever circumstance they need it at the time, is so focused on, well, I've got to make sure, we're staying neutral and that we're making sure that we're taking care of both sides. It's like, no, being a friend is calling out your mate when they're being a cunt. Like,
absolutely.
at which point, like, if this is what's happening, I'm sure Brett and Mark are still talking back and forth regardless. It should be Mark's responsibility as Rachel's husband to be like, you crossed a fucking line. You could have significantly damaged a relationship with my best fucking friend of well over a decade, and actively making that effort to organize with Brett to meet up when they're in town that has nothing to do with their wives. And then when Brett took it to, I don't think OP ever gave us a name for her, but whenever he took it to OP, then he would have been able to say, you know, Mark's reached out, wants to do this. You know, Rachel's not going to be involved after what happened. And she would have been like, based on what
Why
she's
are
got
you
here,
asking me get out of my house? I have a child to look after.
Yeah, key comments. I'm totally confused about what the upside to starting things back up with Rachel would be. OP's husband walked out the last time they were all together. Also, this is not a friend. She's a predator who totally tried to ambush them with a party when it was supposed to be just them, but turned out to be composed of all the people they've fucked.
Maybe it was going to be an orgy.
Yeah, I'm like, they did just walk out. Like, we don't know what they walked out of. I mean, it was in a front yard she said, walking wrapping around
It was
the
a
front of
room
the
where
house.
they were all getting high.
Has OP asked if her husband still wants to remain friends with Mark? If so, why would he want that? Has he been thinking it over after all this time and now wants to give it a try? So many questions. I'm very confused why OP is so desperate to be friends with this person. This is beyond being a people pleaser. Like, girl, I'm sure you've got better friends.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like at that age when you've got your own like newborn coming, like you're busy. I only need one. Like
This is true. And the nanny, apparently.
Next piece of garbage comes from the Too Hot Take subreddit. Hi, Morgan. My fiance edits me out of our vacay photo.
This is going to be good.
See, like, I'm picturing, because, you know, Ben fucks around with editing software all the time.
As do I.
He would put weird shit in the background.
Yeah.
He might alter himself or me to give us, like, weird heads.
Yep.
Or, like,
I have many bobblehead photos.
like, he would fuck with us just for the sake of, like, shits and giggles. But he would never remove me from a photo. Unless he really liked that photo of him and wanted to use it as, like, a profile photo. And I'm like, I look terrible and that cropped me out.
But I'd also, like, save the original, but then just to prank and gaslight my partner. No, you never came on this vacation.
We don't do that. If you try to do that to Chloe, she'll believe it and then she'll actually get upset. You can't do it to someone like her. She's sensitive.
I can. And I have. And it was funny.
Don't do that. Okay. I, 29 female, have been with my fiance, 31 male, for 4 years. We love traveling, taking photos, making memories. Recently, we went on a week-long trip to the mountains with some friends. When we got back, I started going through our photos. I noticed something weird. In a bunch of group shots, I wasn't there, but I know I was. I asked him about it. He admitted that when he saw a picture he didn't like how I looked, bad hair, tired face, etc., he used his phone's editor to crop me out or replace me with a view of the background. He said he did it so the trip looked cleaner, so the pics would look nice on social media without me standing there off balance, etc. I told him that hurt me, that I want authentic memories, even if I'm not glam in all of them. He said I'm too sensitive and that photos are just illusions anyway. Now, I don't know if I trust memories with him. Is it weird to feel erased? He is not wrong when he says that photos are just illusions anyway, especially if we're talking on an Instagram feed. Like, none of that shit is real.
Yes, correct.
The question is, all right, mate, what illusion are you trying to create here? Because as says the top comment,
else has he cropped her out of?
He's single online.
Yeah, absolutely he is.
If you don't exist online, then that's how he's presenting himself to whoever is on his Instagram feed.
And likely his Tinder feed.
Because it's completely normal to be advertising yourself as taken on Tinder.
Yeah. I've seen it.
I wish we had an update for that one.
I need an update.
Literally demanded.
Because I genuinely think it's not just these holiday photos. He has likely been cropping her out of photos for a long time, and she's only just caught on.
Oh, yeah. And this is also probably going to be one of many things as well. Like, there's that one story of that guy that fucking told his workmates that his wife was his sister, not his wife.
Oh, I love that one.
Like,
that is amazing, that one.
It's just, all of it has a purpose. None of it is for no reason.
Yeah.
And very few of the reasons it could be for could possibly be good ones.
And even if this is genuinely what he's doing, that's a massive red flag because of how narcissistic does he be that she has to look perfectly picture ready on a vacation.
Honestly, I'd probably be a cunt about it and be like, okay, you cropped me out of this one, but you look like that.
Like, I don't have a single picture from me from any vacation being a follically challenged man where my head ain't just sunburnt as shit, or I have massive panda eyes from the sunglasses I've been wearing. Like, no one looks good on vacation unless you're trying to.
No, top comments. It would be a pity if they got married and she has a zit and was edited out of all of the wedding photos. After she's 30 to 40 and gets a wrinkle, is she banned from photos? Looks like the fiancé needs an inflatable doll, not a human. Oh my gosh, OP needs to learn Photoshop so she can add an inflatable doll in where he took her out.
Absolutely.
And then repost them and tagging him in on the Instagram feeds. Yeah, she can always hit up the Photoshop request sub. That's how Reddit is so supportive.
It is.
Like,
sometimes.
Except it's a line. He is absolutely single online, and these are the show pictures of you traveling your hobbies for hookups / meeting people. If someone is caught by camera doing something weird like mouth ajar / eyes closed, there is an easy fix for that, and fixes for more complicated things and for a stunning and once in a rare time location, people simply don't post those, but keep so to enjoy privately. I have never heard of anyone editing out a significant other except on the Photoshop Reddit after a breakup, and if there were other people in the picture making it sentimental. Side note, a fiancé of 4 years sounds like he isn't just single in online, but in real life too.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, some people do have expectations of what they want their wedding to look like and fucking can't afford it. So they do end up having extended engagements. So that is the thing. It could be a neither here nor there situation.
Or some people realize they're just not ready to get married yet, so they just stay engaged for longer, or they got engaged young and early and life got in the way. Sometimes people do just have extended engagements.
Yeah, and it's a sign of it's a sign of the commitment the marriage would provide without, having to go that far, and for some people that's enough. Like,
marriage is just a piece of paper, basically.
Alrighty, and that finishes up on our Cyber Bin Chickens segment. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be fishing through some more online content to steal stuff again soon. We are going to finish off with a well that escalated quickly. This is a text chain from Diz Nerd's Facebook page, and this it is captioned, "My guy didn't think twice." I'm assuming it is probably a Tinder thread.
Most likely.
He says, "I love Disneyland." She responds, "Me too. Face ride?" He responds, "Sure, why not? Something Street, Los Angeles, California. My bedtime is at 12. Her response, "I meant fave."
You know what? Idiot, man. Thank you for cutting to the chase.
Just my bedtime is at 12. Like, did you set your own bedtime? Or is there like...
I think it's more like he is setting a deadline.
Yeah, but
like, this is a limited time. Come jump on while it's available.
But it's like, at that point, it's like, yeah, but I've got a big morning. I've got a big morning.
Yeah, because at that time, the park shuts down for maintenance.
It was like, saying it like my bedtime is at 12. It's like, okay, so like, is there like a boss battle with your mom before I can come in? Like...
You're not tall enough to sit on this base.
Oh, that would be mean if she said that. Like, can you imagine if that was...
Well, it would be him saying it.
Well, yeah, but like if she's like, "Well, how tall are you?" and he told her, and then she was like, "Sorry, you're not tall enough for this ride." It'd be like I'd feel bad about that, because like the height is just the height.
I'd feel
thing,
bad,
it's
but
fucking weird. But that
it'd still be funny as fuck.
But that like. My guy really did not think twice. Just
no.
He went there, and honestly, that is the energy that we need to be bringing to
that is
all of our relationships, be they casual or meaningful. I'm here for it. I love it.
But what he should also do now is when she says, "I meant fave," just carry on like nothing happened. Continue answering questions to then come back to it later. Like, oh, my favorite is this. Continue answering the questions as they come, and then be like, by the way, it's almost my bedtime. When are you coming over?
Yeah, see, like that would make sense. Like it's
Like, you
almost
gotta
my
do a
bedtime because
callback.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got like an early start tomorrow. But it's just that my bedtime is at. It's just such an awkward, like string of words to put together when you're not a teenager. Like honestly, like that. Sir, are you 12? Do you have homework too?
Maybe that's why he's not tall enough for the ride.
Get off of Tinder. Alrighty, thanks for coming, guys. We'll see you next time. I'm Courtney, and this has been Court is in Session. We'll see you next time.